Lisa Marie Presley spent her entire life in the spotlight, but the truth behind that fame was far darker than most ever realized. Born on February 1, 1968, in Memphis, Tennessee, she was the only child of music legend Elvis Presley and Priscilla Presley. From her very first breath, Lisa Marie was a household name. She didn't just inherit the Presley fortune, she inherited the weight of a legacy. By the time she turned 25, she was the sole heir to Graceland and a $100 million estate. But what looked like a glamorous life on the outside was in fact filled with trauma, heartbreak, and addiction. Her early childhood was a whirlwind of joy and confusion. Elvis adored her. He showered her with gifts and affection, taking her on late-night ice cream runs and letting her ride horses around Graceland. But after her parents divorced in 1972, Lisa Marie was pulled between two very different worlds, her mother's Hollywood lifestyle in Los Angeles and her father's southern roots in Memphis. That instability, coupled with constant media attention, left her feeling lost from a young age. Nothing shaped Lisa Marie more than the day her father died. On August 16, 1977, she found Elvis's lifeless body on the bathroom floor at Graceland. She was just 9 years old. The bathroom was supposed to be off limits, but something compelled her to walk in. What she saw would haunt her forever. The house erupted into chaos, and Lisa screamed, trying to run after the paramedics who carried her father away. She never saw his face again. That trauma, the sudden loss of the person who made her feel safest, stayed with her. She had written poems before that moment, fearing he might die. When he finally did, her world shattered. Despite the millions left to her in a trust, money couldn't mend the emotional damage. Lisa Marie felt isolated from her mother and suffocated by grief. She spiraled in her teenage years, turning to drugs, punk rock, and rebellion. By 14, she had already attempted suicide by taking 20 Valium pills. At 16, she dropped out of school, fully immersed in a destructive path. She even became involved with a man nearly 10 years her senior who exploited her by taking and selling explicit photos. The betrayal devastated her, leading to even deeper emotional scars. Priscilla, desperate to help, enrolled her in a Scientology school and later placed her in the church's celebrity center. Lisa resisted at first, even spending her first days there locked in her room and high. But when she was asked to mentor another troubled teen, something inside her shifted. By 18, she officially joined Scientology, crediting it for saving her from drug addiction at least temporarily. But the church's grip came with its own cost: control, secrecy, and manipulation. It wouldn't be until 2013 that she finally walked away from Scientology, admitting she had been deceived and manipulated for years. But Lisa Marie's deepest trauma wasn't just about addiction or loss. In her memoir, she revealed horrifying abuse by her mother's boyfriend, actor Michael Edwards. At just 10 years old, she was molested repeatedly by him. He would sneak into her room, touch her, and even hit her with enough force to leave bruises. When she showed Priscilla the bruises, hoping for protection, what she got instead was confrontation without consequence. Edwards made excuses, and Priscilla arranged a bizarre apology rather than removing him from their lives. Lisa Marie was left feeling unprotected and blamed. These childhood wounds compounded everything else, shaping the emotional pain she carried into adulthood. In 1988, at age 20, Lisa Marie married Danny Keough, a quiet, reliable bass player she met through Scientology. They had 2 children, Riley and Benjamin. The marriage gave her a rare sense of peace. She began writing music in secret during this time, terrified of comparisons to her father. Her lyrics were raw, emotional, and deeply personal, but she feared the world wouldn't see past her last name. Though the marriage ended in 1994, Danny remained a trusted figure in her life, supporting her music and helping raise their children. Just 3 weeks after finalizing that divorce, Lisa Marie shocked the world by marrying Michael Jackson. Their whirlwind romance played out against the backdrop of Jackson's child abuse allegations. Many speculated it was a PR move. Priscilla certainly believed so. Lisa Marie herself later admitted the proposal came during a desperate phone call. While she believed their emotional connection was real, the pressure, controversy, and public scrutiny overwhelmed them. The marriage lasted only 20 months. Lisa Marie later revealed shocking details, including Michael telling her he was a virgin. When they met, despite moments of genuine intimacy, the relationship couldn't withstand the media storm. Lisa Marie finally stepped into her own spotlight in 2003 with the release of her debut album, To Whom It May Concern. The album was a surprise hit, debuting at number 5 on the Billboard 200 and eventually going gold. She wrote nearly every lyric herself, pouring her soul into songs about fame, grief, and family. Critics were surprised by the rawness of her music, especially in tracks like Nobody Noticed It, which was about Elvis. Her voice wasn't polished, but it was honest, and that honesty struck a chord. Her second album, Now What?, released in 2005, also went gold and included a scathing cover of Don Henley's Dirty Laundry, aimed squarely at the media that had hounded her and her father for decades. Her personal life, however, remained chaotic. In 2002, she married actor Nicolas Cage, an Elvis superfan. The marriage lasted just 108 days. Then in 2006, she married musician Michael Lockwood and had twin daughters, Harper and Finley. In 2008, but after a cesarean section, she was prescribed opioids and this triggered a relapse that would nearly kill her. At one point, Lisa Marie was taking up to 80 opioid pills a day, mixing them with cocaine just to function. She was in and out of rehab, often paying up to $400,000 a month for treatment. Her daughter, Riley, recalled her mother's frequent withdrawal symptoms, seizures, and hospital visits. Lisa Marie admitted her health was deteriorating rapidly, and her heart was suffering, but nothing could have prepared her for what happened in 2020. Her beloved son, Benjamin, who bore a striking resemblance to Elvis, died by suicide at age 27. Lisa Marie was devastated. For 2 months, she kept his body on dry ice in a guest house, unable to say goodbye. She visited him daily, even inviting a tattoo artist to replicate Benjamin's tattoos on her and Riley's skin. Lisa opened the casket to make sure every detail was right. It was her way of holding on to him, of refusing to let go of yet another person she loved deeply. By 2022, Lisa's health had sharply declined. A hysterectomy and recurring infections weakened her body further. On January 12, 2023, she collapsed at home and never regained consciousness. She died from a small bowel obstruction caused by past surgery, an extremely rare but fatal complication. She was 54 years old. While her official cause of death was physical, her daughter Riley said it plainly. Lisa Marie died of a broken heart. Lisa Marie Presley lived a life few could understand. Behind the fame, fortune, and iconic last name was a woman constantly searching for peace. Her story was one of survival against impossible odds: trauma, abuse, addiction, loss, and public scrutiny. Yet through all of it, she created something. Real music that came from pain, a legacy of love for her children, and a voice that, in the end, was finally her own.